Hi, Greg Flaherty here with Pacific Sotheby's. So today I'd like to talk to you about 3 steps you can take to avoid leaving money on the table when you go to sell your home. All right? So there's a number of strategies that you can employ in this regard, but the one I want to talk to you about today is called deferred showings. So one thing I've learned over the years is that you need to sort of do whatever you have to do to maximize the initial traffic that your home receives, and then the amount of offers that you also receive in the first couple of weeks. It's sort of mission critical. So in that vein, let's talk about these 3 steps for deferred showings. All right, step number 1 is do not pressure your agent to overprice the listing. So a lot of sellers I know commonly think, well, an agent just wants a quick sale, so he's going to kind of underprice it. So I would say that's probably misguided thinking. One of the biggest mistakes you can make is overpricing your home. I can say with a high degree of certainty that overpriced listings almost always require a price reduction. And typically when sellers are reducing their price, they're going to end up selling for less than they would have had they just priced the home correctly from the get-go. Okay? What they say is a home that's been on the market for 2 months typically requires a 5% loss in sales price. Right? When you're looking at expensive San Diego coastal real estate, that equates to about $50,000, possibly more. All right, so let's talk real quick about some of the common home pricing myths or misconceptions, if you will. So myth number 1 would be, well, I need to price the home so that I leave some negotiating room here on the table. So that doesn't always really work in the seller's favor, okay? Myth number 2 is, I have plenty of time. I can wait forever for the right buyer to come along and eventually pay my price. That most definitely really doesn't work in your favor. Myth number 3, we received a quick offer. We must have underpriced the home. No, not really. If you got a quick offer, it probably means you're doing things right, okay? Or myth number 4, we need somebody to fall emotionally in love with our home just as much as we love this home. That rarely works. Or myth number 5, well, Zillow says it's worth more. Well, Zillow admits they often make mistakes in this regard. So what you want to avoid here is not really following these misguided ways of thinking and getting your property and your listing stigmatized. A stigmatized listing is a listing that's been on the market 3, 4, 5, 6 months, probably no offers. And then what happens is when new buyers are coming in to see it after it's been on the market that long, first thing they're saying is, what's wrong with this home? Why hasn't it sold yet? So you don't really want to have that home in that listing, okay? So now let's assume you've priced it right. Let's move on to step number 2. Step number 2 is making sure your marketing is professional grade and exceptional. I'd recommend you give your agent a good week of lead time to go out and do professional photography, to get their 4-page color brochure all dialed in, to get all the ads in place and ready to go. So that when you hit that market, everything's full blast, all guns blazing, and you're not holding anything back, okay? So then we move on to step number 3. So now the price is right, the marketing is exceptional and ready to go. Now you list it in the MLS. And what I'd recommend you do is list it in the MLS on a Sunday or a Monday. And then give it the whole week of anticipation and let things build for a week. Defer the showings, that's the kicker. Defer the showings until that following Saturday. All right, and so what happens is there's buyers out there looking. They see a home that's priced right, that's beautiful online, and demand builds. They're going to be almost salivating to see this property. Your agent's phone is going to be off the hook with buyers that want to get in there, but resist that temptation. You say, for whatever reason, I'm sorry, but we're not showing this home until Saturday. And the weekend comes, you're going to have the ultimate buying atmosphere. There'll probably be a lot of buyers at the house looking at it, and you've set yourself up for success. You're likely going to get multiple offers and a resulting bidding war, okay? But again, for this to work, you need the 3 ingredients in place, and that is the home needs to be priced correctly from the get-go. You cannot start high and then work your way down in a series of price reductions. That will not work, all right? Step number 2, the marketing needs to be exceptional. And then step number 3, you need to be in the right environment, like what we have now. It's kind of a seller's market where the inventory is very limited. If all these things are in place and you execute the strategy of deferred showings, the chances are seriously mitigated that you're going to leave any money on the table. Okay? Greg Flaherty, Pacific Sotheby's. Thanks for listening.